Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Matrix. This time I'm gonna show you my thought process in one of my most viewed videos. Oh, okay, it happens to be the most viewed video ever on my channel. Wicked Fury, the Disc Priest, me playing Arms Warrior in 2v2 against multi-rank 1 players, gladiators, Artemis, Red Paladin, and Aphrodite, Disc Priest. This was over 3 years ago on Hades. First time Hades came out, this was the very first season. You can see me using Zenrock. So number one thing, you can see my partner is afraid that we're gonna lose this. My mindset always is, I'm gonna win the arena, no matter what. I'm not giving up until it's over. Alright, so here we go, getting an opener with charge. Spreading my hamstring to slow down the paladin. There's nothing you can do about that unless he uses freedom. I feared him because I want to pressure early. And I popped my deadly calm and I'm pressuring priest. He popped inner focus, so I stun him. So he has to trinket because he's getting low. I popped my recklessness while the paladin is bursting too, so I had to cancel the recklessness. Yeah, I had to cancel the recklessness because I was getting low too. I know that I can jump down, that I'm fine at this point, so I keep pressuring priest. I know he's gonna try to fake cast, and he's afraid to cast over 50%, so I don't have to kick him earlier than, let's say, 70 or 80% of the cast. At this point I see priest is still high HP, so I try to swap on paladin, see what happens if I can bring him low. He pops his divine protection too. We got double fear, so I'm trying to do some damage on both targets without breaking the fear. So applying bleeds and slows in both of them. Now I'm peeling for my priest, because I can see that the enemy priest is trying to fear him, so I stun him when he gets close. He has to pain suppression this because he's under a lot of pressure. Okay, he's got Bob, so I'm switching on Pally to keep the pressure going. Bob is down, so I'm going back on priest, but he's line of sighting me, so I go back on Pally. I bring him down to almost Sacred Shield. So I silence him here, so they can't heal with the Sacred Shield. Now Pally is in fear, so I swap on Disc. Pally just used Trinket on Mind Control. For I don't know for what reason, maybe they felt that they've been under too much pressure and wanted to help his teammate. Now I'm getting low, so I try to peel, run away from Pally, disarming him too on Zealotry. That's one of the best things you can do, disarm on Zealotry, now that the Zealotry is useless. You can see I'm still peeling, got double fear on them. I root the Paladin. I'm back on almost at full HP now, so I can pressure again. And here you can see he got into 80% of the cast, so I kicked him. So the only way he could have faked me is if he faked it at 80% of the cast. Okay, we got fear on disc, so I'm so I keep my pressure on Paladin. Disc is getting pretty low in mana too, while my partner's got a lot more mana still left. Berserk Rage and Fear instantly, not to waste any time. I peel so that I don't get low while my priest is feared. Okay, now I'm going back to fight again. The Disc Priest is always the squishier target, so I'm trying to stick to him more than to the Paladin. You can see now I fear with my Deadly Calm up and my Burst Trinket up. I got Priest essentially to 0 mana at this point, so he's got trouble. His partner is healing him with Words of Glory. Paladin is bursting again, so I use my Charges Intervenes to run away. Of course, Disarm and Zealotry, we got double fear, so they had to trinket, the priest had to trinket to dispel his teammate so they can keep the pressure up while bursting. Here's Bob. Priest is at 0 mana still. He can't do really much to top himself up. So I keep the pressure on Paladin while the Bob is on Priest. He's trying to drink, but his Paladin is dropping really low. I silence on Sacred Shield so that he can't use boosted Word of Glory. I focus CC the Priest, get Paladin bubbles, I go back on Priest. I don't even bother Shattering Throw, because that wouldn't help much at all. I can just swap on the other target. Applying a lot of pressure on the Paladin here, silencing the Priest, fearing unfortunately into Fear Ward, but he got feared by my partner, so that's okay. He's got Sacred Shield, which saves him, and he's trying to line of sight me, so I swap on Priest, stun, silence, and kill. And that's it, ladies and gentlemen. That was my quick rundown of my most viewed video on my channel. And it was a really fun game, I gotta tell you. I expected it to go for like 45 minutes and end up in a draw, but luckily we were able to kill them, so I was really happy about that. And I think we didn't even queue up anymore after that arena. We were like, okay, this ain't getting any better than this, so we might as well go. Let's see the comments. Your gameplay is awful. The team you're playing against is awful. Yeah, that's interesting, because what you're saying then is that multiple gladiators on the server are awful. One of the best players on the server are awful. While I haven't ever seen you being the top of the ladder. But I have seen Artemis and Aphrodite there multiple times. Being rank 1, literally rank 1, 3000 rated. It really is awful. Pretty sad that people tell themselves and tell others that they're good when they're not. I think Artemis is good, and I think Aphrodite is good too. And they didn't get that rating for free. They got their gladiator title and rating for playing really good. This is Apollo 2. No, that was Hades. Essentially, the server they opened at the beginning of 2018, and that was like the Apollo 2 before Apollo 2 was released. The same thing, essentially, just different name, Hades. Great music choice, thank you. Road to rank 1, Kek W. I know Kek is LOL in Hordish, but why the W? I never got that. Like, what does that mean? I was rank 1 in Glad Player and I never heard of them. Well, where are you playing on the server? I was playing on Malton Arena, blah blah blah. Everywhere else, well, how are you supposed to hear about every rank 1 on every single server? But never mind, if you checked the ladder before, you would see them. Is worth slam build. I'm playing Kata for the first time ever. Well, you usually end up not having the time to slam because you have to keep your rend up, you have to keep your hamstrings up, and that takes a lot of time. Like, you essentially are wasting a global every 5 seconds just to apply hamstring, because if you don't, your mobility as a warrior sucks. So I just go heroic strike every time, and if I'm in deadly calm I can have more pressure, or if I'm higher in rage I can use that off GCD ability, which is heroic strike. So I've tried slam a couple times, but I ended up like using one slam in every 20 to 30 seconds, and that was just not worth the 2 talent points for me. One thing where it is worth using slam as an arms warrior is when you're on a healer, and in this case I could potentially not use hamstring because both the Disc Priest and the Red Paladin, none of them have any slows, roots, or any snares. So I don't have to apply mine either. So I could technically go with slam and do a little bit more damage. But how many times do you end up going against Red and Disc? You end up going against ferals, against rogues, hunters, mages, and all these will kite you all day long. So you'll really end up just being away from the target for most of the time. If you can stick on the target, then yes, go for slam. But if not, it's just not worth it at all.